Starts first down and 10 at their own 10-yard line. And Tevin Coleman with some running room. Tevin Coleman down the sideline. Coleman, one man to beat. Tevin Coleman's going to go 90 yards, and Indiana takes the lead.
Randall L. scrambles, thought about the pitch, keeps it himself down the sidelines. He could go. Antoine Randall L. touchdown.
To the end zone, that's hauled in with one hand by McCulley. Touchdown, Indiana.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 198. Episode 198 of the Hoosier Happy Hour. That's right. You guys hear it. It's me. I'm back. I think I've been gone for like a month. Been gone for a month. It's a long time in podcast world. Let's see if I forgot anything. And why is that going to be important? Because it's just you and me for the next 30 minutes. That's a coach now. That's a youth coach coaching his kid. It's baseball season. So Seth may be away for the next few weeks, months, depends how far his son goes. And Bragg has put in a lot of heavy effort carrying this pod over the last month. And the Pacers and Panthers play tonight. So I told them I need to step up. Let me talk Portal Kombat all by myself. So that is what we're going to do today. And because Bragg does an incredible job at laying these out, I'm just not going to read you the who and the stats. We're going to play a little game. And it's going to call the 3P game. 3P. Whether this commitment, transfer portal, or high school is a player, a piece, or he's got potential. Now, I think that's the most interesting part of this because I think the players we have gotten post-spring game cover the gamut. I do. I think they've all been in huge positions that are important. All positions that I think were, I wouldn't say necessarily up in the air, but needing support. Most certainly needing support. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to cover post-spring game commitments, and we're going to play a game with it. And then we're going to jump to, it wouldn't be me leading a podcast if there wasn't gambling involved. So we're going to talk a little bit Heisman odds because they were interesting. Interesting to say the least. We'll go over that. Brando's Randos will be a little reflective since it'll be me, myself, and I. But I got some things that I want to talk about going on in different group chats in pertaining to the world of college football. So I think it'll probably be about a 30-minute show today, give or take. So that's what we're going to do. And I think we have to start with the most recent. We are talking here I'm recording this on Wednesday, May 8th. Beautiful day. May get some storms tonight. We'll see. I always sleep better in the rain. So that's where we're at. So this is commitments up to May 8th, 2024. And I'm going to start with the one we got today because, man, he's another PFF stud in the position that we needed the most, in my opinion. We got Kent State transfer CJ West. This guy's 6'2", 315. He's exactly what you want up front. Michael on the outline, and you guys do know I'm a little Ron Burgundy sometimes reading the outline. He calls him a big hole plugger. 6'2", 315, absolutely. He's also a potential draft guy. You know that I bring that up often here. He's not on any rounds, but he has a profile. He's the number 8th ranked defensive tackle by PFF with an 85.9. Says Michael, that's really good. 8th in the country. 8th in the country. And we talk offer sheet. Anytime we get a player, we talk offer sheet. I don't know. Michigan, Wisconsin, LSU, Texas A&M. Those are all schools with massive NIL. Don't know if that was important to CJ West. Don't know how much he got to come to Indiana. Sure, it wasn't nothing. But if you're big game hunting with those schools, with a player of this caliber, that's a heck of a win. That's a heck of a coup. Props to Coach Sig. So where does he fall? No, he's definitely got potential. Check that one. He's definitely a piece, right? He in a position group sorely needed. Is he a player? Heck yes, he's a player. This guy could be within the top 3 of the entire defensive class. Could be. The running backs that are coming back in the Big Ten, not super concerned with the quarterbacks, if we're being honest. Drew Allard doesn't scare me. Will Howard doesn't scare me. Forgetting the name of the guy that's coming over and starting in Michigan. Talia, my guy. In the NFL, by the way. So the secondary needed help, but what will the Big Ten have every year? It's running backs, it's offensive line. You need defensive line pieces. CJ West is that guy. But he's not it up front. He's not it. This guy, Tyree Tucker, coming from JMU. 6 foot, a little shorter than CJ, 295. He's also 3 years younger. I think that's the big thing. So you got CJ West, who's instant starter. Then you got Tyree Tucker, who oozes potential. But I do think he's a piece. I do think he'll be a rotational guy. He put up okay stats. 29 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks. He'll definitely be part of the rotation. Without a doubt, in my mind. Tyree Tucker, again, another JMU guy. Not surprised. Since we're on that, let's jump around a little bit and let's talk about the other All-American, JMU transfer, D'Angelo Pons. Now, I wasn't on last week, and honestly, I'm so freaking busy with work. Haven't done my due diligence to listen to the pod to hear if the concern we put when Kobe Minor hit the portal wasn't surprising. His brother hit. He followed it. The Miners came together. It's not a shock that they left together. But, man, could you not lose a player in the secondary? What does Coach Sig and IU do? Add one of, if not the best cornerback currently in the portal, probably one of the best in the entire portal this year. D'Angelo Pons, 5'9", 165. His size won't blow you away, but his athletic ability will, and he is a stat stuffer. 51 tackles from the corner position. He's allergic to the ball. Does that make any sense? Allergic to the ball? Maybe not. I'm thinking it's the other way around. Anti-allergic? That's not a word. But the guy just finds the ball. 51 tackles, 13 pass breakups, 2 interceptions. I'd like to see that number a little higher. But he's got 2 tackle for loss and 2 fumble recoveries. That's 4 turnovers. His accolades: second team All-American, freshman All-American, Doesn't make any sense. Second team Sun Belt. But who am I to rip the Sun Belt? They've been plentiful for us for the last 5 months. Always talking offer sheet. It's an offer sheet. We're going to talk about it. USC, Tennessee. He turned down Inter Sandman, Virginia Tech over there on East Coast, Miami and Auburn. So, you see these stats, you see the resume, you think, okay, he's a 1-year guy. No, we got him for 3, potentially 3 more years. I'm not even going to talk about the other stuff. This guy's a player. This guy is a player. He might be the best player on the defense. And we just added him, which is crazy. This is the most talented roster IU has ever had. We got more guys to cover. CJ West and D'Angelo Pons, absolute coup in the last week. The secondary needs more help. It does. And it came as a Power 5 piece in DJ Warnell. He bounced around a little bit. UCLA, Arizona. He's not a starter. 15 tackles. 3 sacks I like. 3 sacks I like. He'd be a nickel guy. 6'1", 201. I kind of like him. There as a nickel. 3 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss, 1 fumble recovery. He's not going to start. But as a backup, as a nickel, 1 year left. I like it. It's these depth pieces that IU just hasn't had in the past. When in the past have we been able to grab a Power 5 player as a depth piece? We're normally looking at a developmental player who we recruited who hasn't seen the field a lot. It's normally it. It's not DJ Warnell. That's not him. He's a piece. 1 year remaining. I don't think there's a lot of potential there left. I think he is what he is. He needed bodies. And I think that's the difference between this IU roster and IU rosters of the past, is it's not just warm bodies. Not just warm bodies. Bodies that have been there, done that, can contribute. Known commodities. What did Sig say? And I don't remember what press conference it was, but everyone's been impressive. He doesn't get players based on potential. He wants to see what the player has done. He wants to see it on tape. That's what I love that we're getting. Tyree Tucker, there's tape of him. DJ Warnell, there's tape of him. Let's talk about tape of another guy that I really like. Another stat stuffer. Not going to be a starter, but in a position that was very thin. I love our starters at linebacker. It's bare. It's a bare room. That's where Najee Logan comes in. UMass 6'3". Love that height in a linebacker. 230. He's 22 years old. 60 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 1 pass breakup, half a sack. The tackles are nice. Najee Logan. Also love the name Najee. It's a great name. Another, again, just like DJ Warnell, not coming from a power conference, but a ton of tape, filling into a position that needs depth. Najee Logan is going to play snaps, and you feel good about a piece like that playing snaps. especially with 1 year left. This isn't a prove it year. This isn't a, oh, well, next year I'll start. I don't want to get hurt. This is Najee Logan and DJ Warnell's last year to play college football. I knew the senior year of high school was going to be the last year I played any sort of organized sports. It meant more. It meant something personal. I don't know these guys. I've never talked to these guys. But an athlete knows when you have 1 year left, likely, again, DJ Warnell, Najee Logan, maybe you guys have pro aspirations, but from what I see, probably your last year of significant impact, televised game impact. I love what they can bring. The last guy I want to talk about, some will say it's a head scratcher, but I love it. I love it. I love the name. You got Solomon Van Horse. Anyone that's going to be touching a ball and has horse in their name, I like. Just like it. He's being brought in as a specialist. Another guy from JMU, so they know him. How's the other JMU running backs looked pretty good in the spring game? I'm sure everyone listening to an IU podcast in May was either at or watched the spring game. How good those JMU backs look. Another JMU back, 5'8", 183. He's a returner, man. We're bringing him in to return kicks. You know why I like that? It's not going to be one of our running backs. Not going to be one of our wide receivers. We're keeping our talent in places they belong, in fits. I'm okay with using a scholarship on a long snapper. I'm okay with using them on kickers, on punters. Special teams are important. In Tom Allen's best years, we had good special teams. Programs, Virginia Tech, built on special teams. Seems like Michigan State always wins a game every year due to special teams. They just brought in a specialist that they know, that they trust. Solomon Van Horse. All he has to do, make a couple plays. This is the first one. Michael and I disagree. He has him as potential. I don't know what. Maybe we have different definitions. I think he's a piece. I didn't know who was returning kicks. I didn't know. No, I don't think anyone knew who was returning kicks on this team. Now we do. That's a piece. That's a starter on a depth chart. Kick return, punt return. Chalk it in. Solomon Van Horse. And what is that? Kind of like some other guys I talked about. 1 year of eligibility left. He needs to give you 5 or 6 plays the entire year. Feel pretty good about that with a specialist. Last guy, not from Portal Kombat, but yet from the high school rankings, because you still need those. Cornerback Chris McCorkle. Sarasota, Florida. We don't have Seth to give us a geography breakdown, but I think everyone probably knows what Sarasota is. Not exactly unknown. 4-star, top 247 player. Basically 6'2". Bringing him in as a corner, but plays wide receiver. I do not know how we got him over Florida State, I'll be honest. Some of my other best friends are diehard Florida State fans. They thought I had him. Official visit for Chris McCorkle to Florida State, to Iowa, had offers to Florida. We took a Florida kid who had interest from Florida and Florida State. And not just then to get a top 247. Chris McCorkle, man, with how short it is, how the depth's coming in, it's better. The depth's better. I think Chris McCorkle definitely plays at least his 4 games. But the way Coach Sig ranks players 1 through 85, I think you'll be hard pressed, especially in that room, to find guys that are going to play over Chris McCorkle. Obviously not for this year, it's for next year. He won't be playing in the 2024 season, but 2025, I think you'll be hard pressed to keep this guy off the field. So there we go. That's what we got. 20 minutes down, 15 minutes covering commitments, playing a game, player, piece, or potential. Gosh, CJ West and D'Angelo Pons are just massive. And they're not done yet. We're recording next week. We got 3 more pods before we start doing team breakdowns. It wouldn't surprise me if we have another 6 new players for next year. Let me look real quick on what our roster is at. Thanks to Peegs.com, Matt Weaver. I'm using his roster that he's got updated, up to date as of today. That's how good of a professional he is. He has 4 open scholarships right now. So I said 6. I said 6 new players. But this is Portal Kombat, right? Players can go. Players can leave. It's possible. So we have 4 more openings. I'm calling my shot that we have 6 new players. Calling it. Because I still think running back room are probably good. Wide receiver room. I still think we're heavy in tight end. I don't know who's going to go. I don't want any of them to go. But I still think we're a little heavy in tight end. You can see one going there. Do have 7 linebackers now with Najee added. It probably rounds out that room. DB, we do have 16 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them are seniors. 5 of them with exhausted eligibility. That's why Chris McCorkle's so huge. So maybe we only had 5. I'll walk it back. We'll add 5 more players. And if it's players like CJ West and D'Angelo Pons, are you kidding me, Coach Sig? Are you kidding me? Very excited. All right, let's jump into gambling. We'll keep this shorter because I'm sure these will change quickly over the next few months. 2024 Heisman odds. Number 1, Carson Beck, plus 900. Sharing the top spot with Texas quarterback Keon Ewers at plus 900. Dylan Gabriel, Oregon, plus 1,000. Alabama quarterback Jalen Monroe, plus 1,400. I won't read the rest of the odds, but it gets plus 1,500 or worse. So we're talking 16-1 and worse. Will Howard, Jackson Dart, Garrett Nussmeier, Nico Lamaleva. I am Leva. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Tennessee quarterback. Miami quarterback Cam Ward. Kansas State quarterback Avery Johnson. Now, Bragg has biggest surprise and biggest snub. His biggest surprise is Will Howard, plus 1,500. I can tell. I can tell Bragg didn't watch a lot of Kansas State. I watched a lot of Kansas State. Will Howard carried that team a lot. He was injured. He didn't play well, but he was a shell of himself. OSU got themselves a really good quarterback in Will Howard. Now, plus 1,500, 16-1. I'm going to be honest. If you would give me plus 4,000, right? 40-1. I don't think a player's on this list. The easy ones, Carson Beck right now is 10-1. Georgia's the best team. I mean, Quinn isn't even the best quarterback on his own team. I don't think Quinn Ewers is very good. He loses James Worthy and A.D. Mitchell. What's up, Colt fans? Great pick in A.D. Mitchell. Don't know why you didn't take Dallas Turner over a lineman from the Pac-12. Not this podcast. Jackson Dart's going to put up monster numbers at Ole Miss. I just don't think Ole Miss is going to win enough games in the SEC. Same with Cam Ward. Cam Ward's going to put up video game numbers. I love Cam Ward at Miami. Miami's just not a good team. So gun to head, if I had to make a bet, Carson Beck plus 900. But if you'd give me plus 4,000, I'd take the Namaths on this field. I don't love any of these guys. I don't love any of these guys at all. Bragg has big a snub as Cam Rising. Man, I was a big Utah Cam Rising guy, but he just couldn't stay healthy. So he's at number 15, astronomical odds. So I agree with Bragg. Cam Rising has all the potential in the world. Dude's had injuries his whole career. I don't know. I think I'm off the Cam Rising bandwagon. Bragg, of course, always thinking. I use best shot at Heisman, Elijah Surratt. I love that. I don't know how much we're going to pass the ball watching the spring game. I think it'll be balanced, if not heavier on running. So I don't know if I agree with that per se, but he's right. I mean, I think he's our best offensive player. So hard to pick another player. I just don't know if he'll compile enough stats to even be relevant. At that, so that's that. Let's get to the promo. Guys, Garrett and Monon Track Club was a great partner. It was a great partner. We're open for business. If you want to be sponsored on this pod, getting a promo out every week, reach out to Michael at BragleyProductions.com or shoot a DM over to any of the social media accounts, and we can reach out with our sponsorship packages. We got multiple. There's different tiers. Again, Bragg is a professional. All right, Brandos Randos. What time are we running at? 26 minutes. All right, I'll keep this quick. No set sack, obviously. Obviously, no six sacks. But I got some randos. So my buddies are convinced Florida State is joining the Big Ten. My response is probably. Probably Florida State is joining the Big Ten. But the argument, for lack of a better word, I guess, is the Big Ten is only adding 20 teams. They've said that. They're at 18. They want Notre Dame. So if we want Notre Dame, does that mean we pick Florida State to come with us? I don't think Notre Dame cares about Florida State. I view Notre Dame kind of like USC. If you want USC, you're getting UCLA. It's the way it works. So who would Notre Dame bring with them? They bring Miami. There's a rivalry. Georgia Tech. Pitt. There's other ACC. It's mainly Miami. I think it's Miami, right? I think Miami checks a lot of boxes. It's a national brand. It's in Florida. There's an established relationship, rivalry with Notre Dame. But my Florida State fans, they hate Miami more than Florida. If you know any Florida State fans, like, they hate Miami. So I bring that up and they get. So let me know what you think. Shoot me a tweet or a DM or whatever you want to do. Let me know if you think we add Florida State in another school first, or if we add Notre Dame in another school first. Because that's what I think. I think our priorities are the Big Ten. Priorities are go coast to coast. Check. Add national brands. Check. Be in multiple time zones. Check. I think the last priority check mark is add Notre Dame. And they're not going to add schools because they don't need to. Right? Because if you add, let's say, Florida State and Clemson, that's what my Florida State friends say. You're going to add Florida State and Clemson. Okay, well, now we're at 20. And I do think the Big Ten gets to 24, but I think they go from 18 to 20 and then 20 to 24. That's what I think. Let me know what you think. Last Brando's Randos. It's May in Indiana. It's May in Indiana. What are you more looking forward to? Pacer playoff series. First series win in what, like a decade? Over Milwaukee. Now playing the Knicks. Currently up 10. Going into halftime. Or are you locked into the race? NBA or the race? Specifically the Pacers. As a non-Hoosier, well, by alumni, man, I'm not a Pacer guy or a race guy, to be perfectly honest. I know probably shouldn't admit that on a podcast, but like neither get me, to Jones. I'd rather talk college football, if I'm being honest. I'd rather talk college football in May than worry about the NBA or the race. But Brando's Randos, I might have Seth put this as a poll. Pacers or racers? What are you more interested in May? All right, everyone. I hope I kept you entertained. I hope I kept this short and sweet. Be sure to check out the pod on Twitter and Instagram at Happy Hour IUFB. Be sure to rate and review on all platforms, guys. It's the way the algorithm picks us up through all the podcast platforms. We're all on our phone. Our phones tell us how much screen time we've had. Take 4 seconds to kick 5 stars. Just do it. Let's do it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Sorry I've missed you guys. Hope you've missed me. Talk to you next week. Till then, cheers.